small repairs, like might be like something minor wrong with them, and they come off the road. I think a lot of times you gotta fix things and stuff. This one you can see the engine of that transmission. We gotta repair and check this. We gotta lift it up. Put a note on the bus that we have 3 shifts. The shop never closes. It's 24/7. It never closes because at night they do a lot of work. The buses in the daytime, buses are out. At night they all come in. Not all the buses are out in the daytime, but at night it's really busy. 24/7, every 24 hours a day, or all those guys work there. On the hybrids, they have to get up on top. So these catwalks, they fold down. You got to have the bus down. Then these things, you do the walk there, it folds down.
Okay.
Then you can walk up on top.
On the bus?
Yeah, you can get on top of the bus and the rest of the bus. Look and stuff. It's a lot of different. There's a lot of technology and stuff. Not like a car. There's so much stuff. It's just a spare box and all that. We have automatic locomotives, seats, so many different systems that cars don't have. The main parts right there. It's got the main parts in there. All the guys are. Every shop has a parts room, but this is the main. This is kind of where all the parts are stored. And these 2 trucks, they go out and deliver parts for the other shops, because the 7 shops are to go to Richmond, Vancouver, and Gold Coast, Surrey, Northland.
And there's this big box there. What?
Yeah, it's that there. It's a fuel tank.
Fuel tank.
Sometimes they leak, so they take them out and they resolve them. They fix everything and they rebuild everything in this place. Yeah, it's quite the place. They do a lot of. This is stuff to repair. These are radiators. These are all transmissions. And you can see these are all differentials. Diffs. So they come in for repair. They'll come in for rebuild. All these. These are compressors. Air compressors. Air systems. They come and they all come in for rebuild. The low floor buses, the high floor buses, they just have for some of the older low floors, the diff comes like that. But the hybrids, the newer buses, the Novas, they come with a whole axle. Right? So the whole axle, you have to change the whole axle. That's the differential. You can see all the axles. They come in and they rebuild them here. Then they put new gears and bearings. Then they send them back out to wherever, right?
Yeah.
We're doing one right now in Burnaby, so next door there. So. Yeah. Now others have the smaller ones. They look the same, but they're smaller. We have the ZF, the German transmissions, but so I did that for a lot of years. We built transmissions. Yeah, that's. Going to the shop. Engine heads. They clean them all. They have to clean them all first. Strip them down, then they clean them. And these guys clean them. The guys steam everything.
Yeah.
Because they do all the cleaning. Just show them around here. Yeah, no problem. This little corner here is where they used to strip down engines. They have an engine that comes in and they strip them down. Yeah, they strip that. Hey,
John, how you doing?
good. Just showing guys around the shop here.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the engine they pulled out, right? You can see this has got the tranny on it, the engine package. So this will get these guys here. They take with the crane here. They take the tranny off and they strip the engine down. They knock the engine down. And they put it all in carts and stuff. Howdy, what are you doing? I don't know. This one's getting well, this is our bus. This is our bus next door. The engine was worn out, so they put a new engine in.
Oh, this is the new engine?
That's the new engine. Yeah, this is the brand new engine.
What's the new one?
Well, it's not. It may not be brand new because they rebuilt it. And this tranny looks like it's 12 days.
Hey man, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good. Good.
We miss you over here, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good job. Yeah. They put that in the side here, on the side. That's the cool. The car's out like a lot smaller. And these are hard ones to do. A lot of work. Hardest ones to do. See all these hoses? They got tons of hoses. They gotta change all these hoses. Or not all, but sometimes they gotta change all the wiring. A lot of work. You used to put all the new hoses in. All new hoses, everything new. They don't do it now. They've had maybe 4 years, 3-4 years. You need a new engine in that.
How often do they take the bus in?
They ripped it all apart. It's gonna take a little bit. But they do some pretty extensive work in here, right? They ripped all this. This one's in a bad accident. Ripped this all apart. I was showing these guys around here. Just showing these guys around. Was it a bad accident or something, or just doing the floors and stuff? Just one. Yeah. Running, yeah. We do all the welding. This machine, they have a machine that's programmable, so they can cut out, they can program it to cut the welds and stuff. Like you see how it does, they do cutting and stuff, but they make all kinds of stuff, new tanks and welding and stuff. Hey guys, this Dave, and then they can turn this stuff up and rebuild the disc. Upstairs they do all the electronics. I'm not going to go up there, but they do all the electronic stuff. There's nothing that they just do the starters and stuff.
So you fix remote control company?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, unofficially.
This stuff here is part of a ZF transmission. We have two different manufacturers of transmission, ZF and Allison. We used to have three, and the third one was Voith.
Yeah.
But but now the company is leaning more towards ZF because of their reliability and They think that they might be able to get something like 700,000 kilometers of use out of these before you even have to open it up. So, as you can see, this is a cart. So those steels, what was on that cart there you were looking at is all the steels and friction discs you see over there. They're the ones that when they're told to apply, they're the ones that actually make the bus move forward.
Oh yeah.
So of course, like anything, you won't be able to walk up a hill straight up like that. So in order to do that, you need to have help. And one of the ways to have help is if you have different gear ratios. And the gear ratios come with planetaries. You can see the gears may look very similar, but they're not. They turn at different speeds. They engage differently. They allow you to effortlessly move the bus in whichever direction you want to reverse. And as we slide along here, this is what we call a torque converter. And it's exactly that. It's a torque converter. It converts, it allows you to have an engine running, but the wheels, that wheels of the bus stop. So in there's kind of like, well, you have what's called a turbine and a stator. And the easiest way to explain that is if you put a fan here, if the fan blows another fan, and this fan will be the motor, and it blows this other fan. Of course, it takes a while for this fan to come up to be the same speed, but it never gets to the same speed. It always is a little bit slower. So what that allows you to do is to have the engine running, and it allows you to go through all the different gears in the transmission. This particular unit has six speeds. They also have 7 speeds, and I think even now 8 speeds. Yeah, generally speaking, it's just a means of moving the bus forward. So after it's all put back together, we come in here. In here, this is where we install the transmission. We bolt it up, put the rear end unit together, and we have see those pipes coming down? They come all into the back here, and they drive this. We have a pump up there and a motor here, and it's all hydraulic. So it will drive that little plate there, which in turn, this is the engine, let's say.
Yeah.
And then it will drive the front of the transmission, that torque converter that you were looking at. And then of course, that builds the pressure up, and you can apply the clutches, and then away we go. So in order to make sure that the transmission passes the tests, well, you have to have a method of tracking all your pressures, and that's what we have. So essentially, I'd be closing the door, I'd be firing the thing up, like this. The doors on the next level up. So you can see, what I'm doing is I'm making that disconnect. We're putting a picture up in there, sure, so it should be turning now. Right now I'm doing it at 170 RPM. And then of course we have all different test procedures. It tells us what we should be seeing here for pressures. And of course if it doesn't leak and then all these pressure numbers are good. A couple hours later, it's done, it goes in the box, and then it goes out. So from start to finish it probably takes anywhere, depending on how badly damaged the transmission is, anywhere from 35 hours to as high as 100 hours.
Yeah.
It can get quite finicky.
Yeah.
That last ZF I did, it was a premature fail. the bearing inside the torque converter let go and terminated the whole transmission. And of course, the manufacturer can supply the parts. Everything is gone.
Wow. Yeah.
All the valve lines were trashed.
Yeah, they're all getting up in mileage. Well, they're getting old, like they're just old enough to get.
So these two units, along with we put all the valves back into this, these two valve bodies. Then you have a means of applying those clutches I've shown you. So you need two clutches applied to make the bus move in whatever direction. And that's what you do. That's what all this is about. Then you have a little computer that tells which one to go on, at what time, what RPM. So because you can imagine as you go from, let's say, 0 kilometers an hour up to 100 kilometers an hour, you need to get there, and the only way to get there is by shifting the gears, and that's what these things do. And that's pretty much it. Cool. You know, like anything, I don't have a good memory, so I always have to refer to the repair, the overhaul manual, and then of course the related parts that go along with it. And it can be a daunting task to get people to do that. You can see, so we have three different types of ZFs, and then we have two different types. Okay, that's my ZF manual. And over here, you see it's Allison. There's the small one, which is a 3000 series, the bigger one, which is a 4000 series. Have you shown them that yet?
What's that?
The 3000, 4000, the B400s and B500s.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they're essentially, one's just bigger than the other.
Yeah.
One is more used in the articulated buses versus the shorter buses. So, yeah. And then we have, I don't know if the electric bus is still parked out there.
No, it's gone. I seen it yesterday.
Yeah, we had a full-on electric bus here. And that's also, I mean, the ultimate goal is to be emissions free, right? The only way to do that. Nuclear power or electricity, some sort. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll buy. I was talking to the guy, what's his name?